Hello, Tribe. This is Lady Lena, and I'm here to talk to my nieces and my nephews, okay? I want to say don't be afraid to date outside of your race, or don't be afraid to date someone that is Mexican or white or European, or don't be afraid to date someone from another country. The reason why I say this is that it doesn't take a relationship expert or a scholar or anyone to realize in the past that relationships between African American women and men simply just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it hadn't worked. Okay, black on black relationships or African American relationships with African American men, it just don't work. And the reason why it don't work is I believe that it comes from the Bible. Okay, tribe? The tribe of Judah. Let's look at Matthew, the first, the third, the third verse in Matthew chapter 1. Let me see if I can get that for you. Okay, you see it? And Judas begot Pharez and Zerah of Tamar, and Pharez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram. Simply that. Judah. Judah, the patriarch for the tribe of Judah. Tamar was an African or a Canaanite woman, okay? Actually, she was actually from the tribe that in the beginning, the grandmother Rachel told her son Israel, Jacob and Isaac, not to, Jacob and Esau, not to date women from Canaanite. For whatever reason, it was deplorable to them. This was something that, God didn't want at the time for them to date outside of their races, okay? They strictly date within their tribe. But Esau was the one that went out and dated Canaanite women, Hittite women. He went out there and, married him, and that made his mother and father angry. And after the birthright incident, Jacob was sent out to live with her uncle, her brother Laban. But the point I'm trying, he found a good wife. Okay, he found Leah and Rachel, Rebecca, I'm sorry, which he loved. But I'm going to get back because it's almost the same scenario, because even when Jacob fell in love with Rebecca, he married Leah first, and he didn't even want Leah. Okay, Leah wasn't his choice, so Leah lived a whole life of not being loved by this African man, or this Jew man, okay, this Judean man. Okay, so let's go back to prior to let's go back to Judah. Judah is the fourth son of Jacob, Israel. Judah supposedly, they wasn't supposed to date Canaanite women, but he went over into their area. He drifted off from his tribe, from his brothers, and he went off into the Canaanite, and he found a woman who initially was, what the woman name was, Shua. And he had three sons, Onan, and Sheila. Okay, the two died. The first two died. And Onan died because Judah found a wife for and he died. So the tradition was for the brother to the brother to, marry the wife so that they may have a seed, okay? So he gave his next son Onan. Onan didn't want to have anything to do with it because, he would think that he wouldn't have a name, a heir. So he spilled his seed on the ground. So God took him out. So there was one more son, the youngest son, Shelah. So Judah promised Tamar Shelah when he grows up. Okay, since the other two were gone. But when Tamar and Shelah, when Shelah was grown, Tamar knew that Judah was not going to give her his son. So Tamar had on her mourning clothes because, because her two husbands died. So Judah went out to, an area to find a prostitute. So Tamar heard that Judah went out to Timnath, I guess. I think it was that. I'm not sure. But Judah went specifically to find a prostitute. So Tamar, what she did was she dressed up like a harlot, a prostitute. And she went to where Judah, she left her house. And she went to where Judah was. She had a plan. And her plan was to deceive him, to trick him to be her baby's daddy. She tricked him. And he went for it. But let me tell you what she was. Now Judah was older. Much older than Tamar. This is where this sugar daddy's, theme comes in for our type of people. Tamar was tricked him because she was all covered up to be with, Judah. She already knew that she was going to be with him. But he said, okay, I want to come into you. She said, what you going to give me if you come into me? Because she wants to get paid. She don't want to get paid. She just wants to get pregnant. And he says, well, I'm going to send you a goat. She said, okay, I'll take the goat, but what you going to give me to until that goat come through? Give me something now. I need something in my hand now. I'm not going to just sleep with you. You're going to just leave me empty-handed. Give me something now until my goat come. I'll be good with that, okay? All right, just put it right here. Put it right here. I'll be good with it. Just put it right here. So he gave her his ring, a staff, and she gave us a bracelet, okay? She said, okay, good, let's do it. So what happened was, they came together, they united, right? And, they went their separate ways. Judah snuck back home. Tamar snuck back home and took off her clothes and stuff like that. And, but 3 months later, 3 months later, Tamar is pregnant. 3 months later, Tamar is pregnant. So they go run and tell Judah, said, look, Tamar played a harlot and she is with child. So Judah was saying, okay, all right, she played a harlot, or what? I'm supposed to give her my son, which he wasn't anyway. She done played a harlot. So he wants her to be, killed. But what happened was, Tamar said, okay, she gonna use this enough. She gonna use her wit. She said, listen, who is these items? She showed them the bracelet. She showed him the staff. She showed him the signet ring. So who's the item? So Judah repented because he found her to be more righteous than her, because he knew that he wasn't going to give him his son, Shelah. So the point I'm trying to make is that after that one time Judah was with Tamar, he was with her no more. He didn't even want her. He didn't want Tamar. The two other sons didn't want Tamar. Or the second son didn't want Tamar. And the third son, it was just a no-go. It was a deal breaker. Shelah was not going with Tamar. So nobody wanted Tamar. So the point I'm trying to say, tribe, queens, little princesses, don't get upset if your black man don't want you, because chances are he don't. Your mother wasn't wanted. So don't be afraid to try something new. We know for centuries and stuff, for centuries and decades, even in your own generation, even the generation within your own family, you see these type of relationships don't work. These type black on black, they just don't work. So guess what? Try somebody else. Try somebody else. Yes, European, Mexican, yes, Chinese, anybody. Just try something else to see that you will get what you want in life. Because guess what? Life goes by once. You're young and then you old and you live the whole lifetime waiting and wanting a particular type man or particular type woman. And guess what? You don't find her. You don't find her. You don't find him. You don't find him. Why? Because maybe you was looking in the wrong fam. Don't waste any time. Don't waste your heart. Don't waste your body. Don't share your body with people who are just not going to commit with you. It's okay. It's okay to date someone who is not of you, don't look like you. But it might be for you and exactly what you need. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I was talking to one friend. I was like, there's this what is this one Dr. Omar, whatever. He has a thing about black man should only be wanting a black woman, but he's a scholar. He read the Bible. This man is very smart. He will see that way back, the tribe that he says he's from, his father didn't want his mother. His grandfather, his father didn't want his mother. And this is where this stemmed from. So listen, it's okay to date somebody who don't look like you. But it's not okay to live alone because God said it's not good for a man to be alone. And I'm saying this too for the women so that for the men, so the men don't feel left out. Yes, women, black women, you have some game. You'll trick them quick to have a baby. Look, Tamar did it. Where you think you got this from? Where you think you learned this from? Tricking him, sometimes you'll trick him so much, you'll tell a man you pregnant and you're not pregnant. You'll trick him so much, you'll tell a man that you pregnant and it's not his. And that's what the second son was afraid of. Onan was afraid of having a baby and it won't be his. But he didn't want the woman anyway. But the point is, yes, you black women, you'll trick them. There's a whole lot of illegitimate babies, there's here who's been tricked. But that's okay because guess what? Tamar, we all was illegitimate. They weren't married. The whole tribe. Yes, the tribe that Jesus was born. And guess what? Jesus didn't have a male father, praise God. He was his father from God. That makes him without sin because a man's seed was not implanted into Mary. It was strict from God. There's no sin. He wasn't illegitimate, but the rest of us are. The rest of us are. And yes, we are like, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So to change this thing around, listen, go ahead. Take somebody else. Marry somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just try it. At least try that. At least you can say, I tried it. Don't get to 60 LD and you be like boo-hooing and looking back over your life and say, had I done this or had I done that, things would turn out different. Yes, it would have. By the sound of my voice and you're still not happy, guess what? There's some people out there still not happy because they not mingling, they're not co-mingling or, with one another. You better look at that face and give a smile, right? Go ahead and walk down the street and hold that man's hand. Don't be ashamed and don't worry about anybody saying, because guess what? This is your life that you got to live. You don't want to be sitting in the bed lonely all night, tossing and turning because you can't get comfortable. You ain't got nothing to hold by, nobody to hold on to. There is someone to hold on to. Just don't be afraid to say I do. I do. So I just was quick. I know I took too long, but I just wanted to just encourage someone to say, listen, just don't live a whole lifetime to be happy. I know a lot of people, in my culture whose just relationship just didn't work. And the black man that was here, that was there, it was about something. What I mean, who working and got all this money, they wanted a white woman, and that's okay. That's if that's what you want. This is your life. You get to live it how you choose. But it's not right to live it and you alone, and that's not what you want. So there's something that you got to do. Okay? And I'm not here to point fingers at anybody wrong. You can date whoever you want. You want to continue to date a black man and you a black woman, and you want to continue to date a black woman and you a black man, do it. But if you get into hectic situations and you feel like you ain't got no peace at home, and you feel like nobody's loving you, and you feel like somebody's creeping out and sneaking because they want somebody else, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I wish the best. Lord, I pray right now, oh God, that you will bless relationships, God. Lord, I pray you put the right man and woman together, Lord. Lord, I pray that you will be in the midst. Lord, I pray as such that you will be in the midst, Lord, that you will unite them to have children, and that their children to have children, Lord, to follow a plan, oh God, that will be right, oh God, that will spring forth love and harmony, Lord. No more not wanting or disapproval or rejection or deception. None of that, God. Let us live right. Let us live according to your plan, or according to your will, Lord, according to your word, Lord. Let us bring forth nations, oh God, that you'll be proud of, Lord. Because right now we're not required to, date within our family. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, people. Thank you, tribe. See you later, nieces and nephews. I love you. See you next time. This is your auntie, Lady Lena. Bye-bye.